What's up YouTube, my name is Will, and I suppose in tonight's video I'm going to be showing you how to replace the wing mirror on a Toyota Auris. So first thing we have to do is get the door card off. To get these door cards off, you have to take off this piece of trim here on the door, and there's a little circle cap here inside where the door handle is, and then you're going to have two Phillips head screws here and two Phillips head bolts, sorry, and then a Phillips head bolt behind here as well. And then it's basically just clips all around the edge. We'll take the tweeter out and we should be able to lift the door card off. Right, so I'm going to get this off. In here I have my trusty trim toolkit from, well, the link will be in the description for you to get this for yourselves. It's a very handy little kit. I'm just going to try and pry this off. I might get a pick. I'll go in with this slightly bigger one. We can just wiggle it off. You can see there the clips all around the edge. It's such an excessive amount of clips always on these little trim pieces. So stupid. And you can kind of see in here as well the little circle bit I was talking about, this little circle piece, and then inside the door there's your Phillips head bolts, one there and one there that need to come out. So again, I'm just going to get my pick tool, get this little circle piece out, and then there's your Phillips head there. Get yourself a magnetic head, save you a world of trouble. Thank you. I'm also going to take off the panel for the electric switches, because this is going to be connected to some wires on the inside, and obviously when I lift the door card off it's going to be annoying. So I'm just going to also try to pop this off, which is a little bit more awkward. But we should be able to get it. There we go. Excellent. Pull that up. We have to disconnect this here. There's just a little tab just here you push down on, and then that should without too much trouble just slide out and keep this to one side. Remember what that connector is for. Put it back inside the door card for now. And then, as I said, just this tweeter, which you should just be able to kind of maneuver and it'll pop out. Now this clip is a little bit annoying. It's actually on the side, so I'm going to get my pick tool again to push it down and try and wiggle this off like so. Now we should be able to lift the door card off, which obviously it's kind of hooked on at the top, so you want to just feel around the edge for a little gap with your fingers. You shouldn't need trim tools for this, and you should be able to just pop these ones out. It says it'll take a little bit of force. And then we should just be able to lift up and pull the door card off. You are going to have, don't know if you guys can see this, but there is two wires here running to this door lock. So we're just going to put this down on the floor. I don't want to mess around disconnecting any of that. But now we have this here, and you can see we now have access to our three 10mm bolts on the rear side of the wing mirror to be able to take it out. And we also have the harness that plugs in here, so we're able to disconnect this through those 3 bolts, and then we should be able to lift the old wing mirror out. Same thing again, just pinch this little tab here, that slides right out. Just make sure my ratchet is the correct way, be helpful. And they are 10mm, so for the love of God, whatever you do, don't lose your socket. And don't lose these bolts either, because I believe I actually didn't get given a new set of bolts with the replacement unit, so you have to use the old hardware. So I would not be in a hurry to lose these bolts. 1, 2, 3. There's your 3 bolts. Don't lose them. And now the last piece to this puzzle, don't know if you guys can see just here, there is a little push clip that's kind of holding this in. So we just push that down. We should be able to wiggle this off. I think there might be another, is there something holding it on here? No? No, nothing. Yeah, that just wiggles free. Slowly pass your cable out, and there's the old wing mirror removed. Okay, yeah, so I was right. Don't know if you guys can see this. See this little circle just here? This is actually a push clip which needs to be put back into the new wing mirror. There's one here, and then this hole up here is where the second one should be. I don't think on this vehicle there is another one here, so one will have to do, but don't lose these either for when you're reinstalling. So now, of course, we basically just do everything in reverse. So I'm gonna pass my cable through here first. Very probably the most awkward way I could have done that, but still. Get this lined up with where the holes are. Get that lined up. So you see your 2 little I don't really know what to call them here, just guides here for lining it up. Yeah, rubber seal is grand. Then I'm gonna put that grommet back in after. I'm just gonna put the bolts in here finger tight. See, here's my catch through yet. I don't actually think that's even I think that's just used as a guide now as well. So on this particular replacement unit, I don't have a clip here, but if yours has a clip, then just make sure that's pressed in enough that the clip clips onto the metal. I'm just going to put these in. There we go. That's those done up. Now I'm going to find my clip that I set aside a minute ago. I might actually plug this in first, so back into the same port that it came out from. Should be this one here. You can hear that click. It's clicked in. All good. Now find a hole which is supposed to line up with this, and that is essentially just to keep the rubber aligned, the rubber seal aligned back against the window nice and tight. That's in there now. Like I might be able to show you, maybe just there. Camera's not going to focus completely, but you can see it just there. That's what you want to make sure you have in. Now obviously we want to lift the door card back on, not forgetting to pass your electric window controls back through the hole in the door card, just to make sure. So we're going to start at the top here, get it hooked on. I'd say hanging door cards are probably my least favourite thing in the world. There, now you just have to try and line up these clips with the holes so we don't break them. Yep, lovely. Excellent. Where's my switch gone? Right, there's that loom. Here's this loom here, so I'm going to put the tweeter back on. I'm going to put our tweeter back on. So again, we have our clip here, make sure we're putting this in the right way around. Stick that on, make sure it's clipped in, and then this should just sit back into place. You want to make sure you hook this end in first, and then there's a little push clip here, just make sure that's pushed in, that's not going anywhere now. That's all nice and flush. We'll put our electric window controls back on, so we'll do the switch electric part first. Back in, feed that back through, that end down. There we go, that's all pushed down, that's all good. Now the screws we took out earlier, so this little small one's going to go back in here. Then we're going to put our 2 screws back in behind the door handle, and then very carefully push this trim piece back on. So I'm going to line these clips up here. I would definitely advise lining up these ones at the back first because they're longer, they're probably easier to snap, so I'd line those up, push it in, and then just give it a bit of gentle persuasion. And there we go, wing mirror successfully replaced. And just to show you guys as well that I'm not a complete idiot and the electrics are still working, so I'm going to turn this on. There shouldn't be any fault codes here or anything, which there's not. And this car does have the electric adjustable mirrors, so it's on right hand side. The owner of the car is going to have to readjust this anyway, but just for the sake of showing you guys, the mirror adjustment is working in all directions, so that means we've done a good job. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this very short random video. I know it's not my usual kind of content, but it's a job that I had to do, and I thought there's bound to be somebody somewhere who needs to do this job and would like an explanation as to how to do it. So again, that is how you replace the wing mirror, specifically the driver's side, but it's the exact same, just mirrored on the passenger side of a Toyota Auris. This particular Auris was a 2017 model, and it did not have the electric folding mirrors. It was just the ones that push in, if that's relevant to anybody else. As always, the links to the tools that I use will be in the description below if you want to grab them for yourself. If you did enjoy the video or it helped you do this job for yourself, please leave a like, it really helps out the channel. Also, don't forget to go down there, click the subscribe button, and make sure you ding on the notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload. Thank you very much for watching on this random dark evening, and I'll see you guys in the next